Hey, what's up everybody? This is round two. I just recorded this video, but there was no sound, so it was no bueno. Sorry. Anyways, I'm gonna go at it again. I think I got all the kinks worked out. Bollinger Bands, they are quite simple but useful tool that a guy named Ben has showed me whenever we were doing our my first TA course. Me and him paired up. We were mods on CCT. He's actually an admin. I'm just a mod. But we paired up so we could, help. We did a free run, and it helped me learn how I was going to set my course up. But at the same time, we were teaching people, and you know what I mean. It helped me gain the experience of teaching people, which was important because I remember teaching a woman, and she asked me about Fibonacci, and I remember explaining things to her, and she just had total misconception of what they were. But when we got finished, I remember her being very excited. It made me feel great because you actually saw somebody learning and taking that, and you know what I mean, taking that with them. And I don't know how much it helped her trading, but I do know that you could tell that she was confused at first, and then I taught her something, and it made me feel good. So that's why I was like, I want to do my own course because, Ben sort of lost interest. We were doing it for free, which is very understandable. It's easy to get disinterested, I guess, or not uninterested if you're not getting rewarded at all. He needed money just as bad as anybody, you know what I mean? But like I said, let's go ahead and talk about some Bollinger Bands. Okay, so what do we see here? This is a big drop, right? Look, it goes all the way down there, even outside the Bollinger Bands, which isn't always uncommon, but it seems to be more likely you're in the center of them. You're over being, you know what I mean, off the edge of them. But look at how far of a drop this is. I'm trying to make it straight because it's right about there. Okay, so you have your drop from the top to the bottom. You see how much of a drop that is? That usually drop precedes consolidation, which is what we see here. You see how they get tight over time, which doesn't take long. Even on the daily, it took about 2 weeks maybe to get back down to a volatile situation, which is what Bollinger Bands show you. Low volatility is in the future when you see spread apart Bollinger Bands like this versus when you see a Bollinger Band like this. You see how thin they get right there? And then I'm going to hold control and double click. Oh man, come on, work with me. I'm just going to press back. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to hold control and double click it again. There we go. This time it worked. So you can see, look, from that period of time, the Bollinger Bands were very tight. And what did that precede? This nice little pump right here. We went from 29,775 all the way up to 50, which is almost 100%. You know what I mean, or whatever. It's 2x, and it's just a good example of how Bollinger Bands help you. But the problem is, volatility is all it tells you. It doesn't tell you if we're going up or down. The only way you're going to be able to tell if we're going up or down is by adding additional indicators, using your experience to your advantage, looking at the volume, looking at the order books. Even though the order books, they do tend to change very often, which is why I hardly ever even mention them, because it's but like I said, if you're going to be a thorough trader, maybe they are worth looking at, but make sure you always take it with a grain of salt, guys. It's not always the most reliable, but you can see the difference, guys. Look, this preceded low volatility. This preceded high volatility. That's what the Bollinger Bands do in a nutshell. There's other people that'll say, oh, well, what about the red line? You didn't explain that. You know what? I don't know everything about the Bollinger Band. I'm not the professor, not Professor Bollinger over here. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I tell you the easy, dumbed down method, the way I learn things, because I can't, whenever people explain things like Todd's videos, they were very short and curt and to the point. But like I said, you can see instances where they get tight and then a breakout happens. Look at how tight they were back here. And then that preceded this nice breakout. Oh man, they almost were so skinny right there. Look at how thin they got. And like I said, there's instances where they get thin. And you see how it was really fat after this breakout. And then we got thin and then we fell down. And then we broke up. But like I said, I wanted to show you an example of the Bollinger Bands aren't only bullish. You know what I mean? Sometimes when they get tight, a breakdown happens, and you have to be prepared for either one, because that's why they make stop losses, right? This is like a Bart Simpson pattern. You know what they call, because this was a while back, wasn't it? Look, this was back in August of 2020, so about a year ago. That wasn't that long ago, guys. It's $11,000 back then. That's incredible, because I remember people saying, "You're so lucky you got in at that level." I was like, it wasn't even that long ago. But what we see here is a nice dip, a nice pump. You know what I mean? It's just it's almost like a test to see if we can actually eat. And I think we ate up a lot of buy orders when we did this. We traveled through here eating up buy orders safely, because we took one pump, the buy orders filled, took another pump, buy orders filled, and then another quick pump, buy orders filled. And then as we were going, those buy orders that ate up here would have bogged down the market over here, and we ended up getting that buy order of somebody buying instead of selling, you know what I mean? And bam, we took off, you know what I mean? It's sort of psychology, but that's what the Bollinger Bands can help you with. Look how tight they got. Look how tight. Bam, tight, bam. So like I said, it goes up, it goes down. These Bollinger Bands are not going to tell you which way the breakout's going to happen. What they're going to tell you is that a breakout is about to happen, and you need to prepare for that. So I hope this video helped you, and I will see you next time.